today we are going to talk about planting garlic. We have a great variety. It's a hardneck garlic, which does great in our climate. It's a variety called Music. It is a really reliable variety for our climate, and it's going to give you great yield. There's a misconception that you would plant the garlic in the spring, it being a vegetable crop. However, you plant it in the fall just like you would tulips or daffodils. When you plant your garlic, you want to plant it in full sun. You want to have the bed really well prepped. We have Purple Cow compost. You can spread that over the bed. You want to have the soil tilled really well so that it's really nice and fine. You will amend the soil with both nitrogen, blood meal, and the phosphorus, bone meal. So you'll simply sprinkle this over the soil surface. When you're going to plant garlic, you do want to make sure that you look for, in particular, seed garlic. You don't want to purchase it from the grocery store. A lot of times that garlic has been treated with something to prevent it from sprouting, and it also is the wrong type of garlic for growing in Minnesota. It is a warm climate garlic, so it's not going to handle our colder Minnesota winters. This is a hardneck variety called Music. This is chosen specifically because it performs well in our cold climate. When you are choosing your garlic, you want to make sure and look for one that's got really nice plump cloves. When you break it apart to plant it, you can simply just work your fingers through the garlic like if you were going to cook with it. So you're going to break up all of the cloves into individual pieces. And then you don't need to worry about pulling the paper off. And if you need to, what you can do is kind of work your fingernail in between. If some of the clove is bare, don't worry about that, but you don't need to worry about pulling the paper off. If you look at this, one thing that's really nice about this is you're buying one bulb of garlic, but you're actually getting several individual plants that are going to yield bulbs like this. One important note, when I break apart all of my garlic, I really like to go through and sort, and I'm gonna plant all of the really nice looking plump ones, and anything that's really small, maybe like that one, I'm gonna save that for eating. You can eat these, put them in a pot, that's fine, but these really nice plump ones, this is what you want to grow, and it's gonna give you a really nice plump garlic bulb. You do want to make sure, if you can see the pointed side, when you go to plant the garlic, that pointed end is going to be the side that goes up. The flat end is going to be the side that goes down. So when you plant your garlic, you're going to have your prepped bed. The soil is going to be really nice and soft. You're going to have all of your compost and your 2 fertilizers, your bone meal for your phosphorus and your blood meal for your nitrogen. And because the soil is going to be really nice and soft, this is going to be really easy to install into the soil. I simply just push it about 1 finger depth down. It doesn't need to go very deep. Garlic has really, really shallow root systems. It's not going to be a situation where in the spring you'll think, oh, cute, I can plant it with flowers or something like that. It's really not a companion planting moment. It really needs to be planted in a bed in full sun by itself. Once you have planted the garlic, you're going to water it in really well, nice deep soak with your hose. You'll mulch it over. We have straw available for that works really well. If we have a really dry fall, go back and check again to make sure you don't need to water, but just make sure that you are planting your garlic just 2 to 4 weeks before the ground freezes hard. We have everything you need to plant your garlic this fall. We have the seed garlic, fertilizers, compost, and straw for mulching. As always, if you have questions, email us at hello@Tonkadale or come see us in the store. Happy gardening! We'll see you at Tonkadale.